Hey guys, it's Mike back with another profile on solo YUGIOH, and today we haven't covered my Sky Strikers in a while, so that's what we're gonna go ahead and do. Shout out to a new member of our local play group out here. Well, he's not new, but he's new to us. Alex, who helped me modify this for the current meta, because I haven't played this in a minute, because I've been mostly doing older formats, so I appreciate his assistance in getting the main deck up to snuff and the sideboard. So, to start, aces. These are pretty standard. You mostly run rows, so you have access to the OTK, but you're always running 3-ray. I don't see that changing anytime soon. The only other creatures you're playing are hand traps, so we'll go through those right now. We're on 3 ash, 2 droll. You could easily find room for a 3rd droll if you want. I'm just currently not. And then to round out the hand traps and the only actual trap in the deck, 3 imperm. Not a whole lot to say here. These are in every Sky Striker list I ever play, and this is kind of a flex spot, but droll's really good right now, so. All right, now let's get into the Sky Striker spells. Triple anchor, triple linkage, double engage. Pretty standard. Solves your problem of not drawing a starter. This is my favorite and the best one in the deck besides the obvious of engage. And then I'm still on 2 burner. You could realistically run 1, and if you were playing thrust, one of the burners is probably what I would cut. I'm currently not running thrust in this build, because me and Jay can't find them right now, and also just because this is more of a rogue deck, and as I've said in previous deck profiles, if you already own thrust or it drops to, like, let's say $40, by all means grab them, but don't just buy thrusts to play this deck. You're going to be disappointed because it just isn't going to compete as well against the other meta. 2 multi-roll. You can play 3. I would never play 3. That card is good, but it doesn't do a whole lot unless you already have a stacked hand, so 2 is perfectly fine, plus it's a good pitch off Hayate. And then for my singletons, Shark Cannon, drones, and we are playing in Area 0. Now the other spells, secretly the best Sky Striker spell that's not a Sky Striker spell, Droplet. Droplet's so good. Messing with spell count on the stack is amazing. And yeah, it's just a really solid card. 2 Lightning Storm. Again, if you were playing Thrust, I'd probably play one of these and move one into the board. This just doesn't have Thrust in it right now because this is more of a budget build. Double Talents, same thing here. So honestly, if you were going to play 3 Thrust, I'd probably cut 1 Storm, 1 Talents, and then 1 of the Afterburners, and that would probably be fine. And then into my singletons, Feather Duster, Rhoda, Change of Heart, and then with the ban list changing, triple Upstart Goblin, which is awesome. And I believe this list is 40? It might be 41, I don't remember. I was running 41 a lot because I was playing the extra copy of Upstart. 40 or 41 would be fine. The only thing to bear in mind that Jay mentioned to me as well, when you're playing heavy Upstart, make sure you're conscientious of your opponents that might be playing Droll, because you probably want to fire off the Engage first if you can, or Upstart to increase your spell count, but bear in mind that you might get Drolled, and then if you were planning on doing multiple draws in a row, you're going to be sad. Alright, now on to the extra deck. Pretty basic lineup to start. 3 Kagari, 2 Hayate, 3 Shizuku, 1 Azalea, and 1 Zeke. You don't really need Azalea. You can play a second Zeke if you don't have an Azalea, but Azalea is nice to have. And then, so the final Sky Strikers card is, I'm currently playing Akaina. This is where I would put SP if I was playing SP. So if you have access to an SP, by all means, use it. Again, I'm going to say the same thing that I just said about Thrust. If you're buying SP for a tier 1 or solidly tier 2 deck, play it in Sky Striker. Don't buy SP just to play Sky Striker. I would strongly recommend against that. And then for the non-Sky Strikers, 2 Charmers to help with link claiming, Nightmare Unicorn, and Access Code Talker. We're not playing Celine because we're not playing Effect Veiler. And also, I normally find between these and then all the steel spells you have, you don't need Celine to get into Access Code hardly ever. All right, now going into the sideboard. 3 Bell. Good to just have a graveyard answer. And 3 D-Barrier, because this card is dumb, and we're going to play it as long as it's legal for whatever reason. And then props to Alex for recommending this to me. 3 Summon Limit, good in the meta right now, and, you know, decent Floodgate. And you can play under it pretty easily. Just bear in mind, pay attention to what you're doing when you're playing that card, so you don't accidentally screw yourself over. 1 Called By, this could very easily be main. Honestly, it might be better to shift this into my main and cut something like one of the afterburners, but for now it's just sitting here. 2 Herald of the Abyss, I like having an answer to towers either in my extra deck or side deck at all times, because I don't want to be caught blind by that. What you could do if you don't want to play Kaina and you don't want to play Herald of the Abyss is you could very easily run something like Underworld Goddess in your extra deck, which I've done before. Herald of the Abyss is just fine, and if you're playing Thrust, you can search for this, so that helps too. And 3 Cosmic. We don't like anti-spell, and it's just a solid card like against Lab or anything like that, where you just want to make sure those spells don't hit the graveyards, they don't get rollbacked. And yeah, that's my deck. So let us know in the comments what you think, and we need a question of the day. You know what? In honor of my new tokens that showed up, what's your favorite video game? Because this is probably mine. That's an easy thing. And yeah, have a good one, guys. Remember to check out the Patreon and the Discord and all that stuff in the links. Helps out the channel, and it all goes back to you guys. We're not making any money on this. We just fund it back into the giveaways. Later.